The Digital Dragons are from the Collaborative College of Technology and Leadership. They come from various towns across Iredell County, and each member is from a different grade level. They were brought together for this competition through their school STEM club, and they are elated to be able to share their app with you today. So let's say hello to Dakota, Kingston, Marcus, Sarah, and Nathan.
Hi everyone, I'm Dakota.
I'm Kingston.
My name's Marcus.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Nathan. And we're here today to present a solution to a serious problem not only present in America, but around the globe. Ooh. Starting off, we would like to mention a special case of critical incentivized us to make her. Beverly was a high school senior when her boyfriend began abusing her. Right around the age that some of us are now. Her boyfriend began to isolate her from the people she knew and began to monitor her activities. She said that he would use her phone to monitor who she talked to and would use it to surveil her 24/7, even as she slept at night. Beverly's story may seem like a drop in the ocean. However, stories like this are much more prevalent than you may think.
The National Coalition Against Domestic Violence reports that 1 in 6 men, 1 in 4 women in America have experienced domestic violence sometime in their life. Additionally, in a study done by the Safety Network Project, they state that 97% of domestic violence victims report experiencing harassment, monitoring, and threats through the use of technology. Furthermore, the National Network to End Domestic Violence states that 71% of domestic abusers monitor their victims through technology, while 54% download shareware. These statistics show that domestic violence is a very prevalent issue in America currently. Also, domestic violence victims are frequently monitored, which results in being unable to get the help that they need. With this in mind, we decided to create an app to assist those who truly need help in America, domestic violence victims. The name we've given the solution is Veilcabulary.
Veilcabulary originates after careful consideration of our users' needs. It is an SMS messenger that is disguised as a word phone. This disguise gives our users the opportunity to communicate with loved ones in a safe place without the fear of peering eyes. This disguise our app also makes privacy and security its #1 concern, ensuring that domestic violence victims will not have to worry about the discovery of the app. Our app also has support for multiple languages, right now English and Spanish.
We chose Wordle to be the cover for Veilcabulary due to 3 main reasons. 1, Wordle is a fun, relaxing, and stress-relieving game that can, in the meantime, assist domestic violence victims as a coping mechanism. 2, Wordle is a very popular game, meaning that many reproductions of it have been made, solidifying the disguise of our app as a generic Wordle clone. And 3, it doesn't make sense for someone to be using a mundane app like a calculator all the time. If someone is monitoring your device activity, it's going to look rather suspicious using a calculator all the time, unless you're a pretty serious mathematician.
SMS functionality is a key component to vocabulary as it allows domestic violence victims to communicate with those that they are close to through text. Compared to other messengers, vocabulary has some very special features. For one, vocabulary has drop detection. If a user's phone is dropped or quickly taken, vocabulary will detect this and automatically switch back to its disguise. Another privacy feature is automatically deleting messages. When navigating through conversations, vocabulary will never save any messaging data. Meaning send and receive messages can never be recovered.
In our research, we were astounded to find that there are not many apps doing the same things as us. Out of the very few we could find in the Google Play Store, Calculator Pro Plus was the most popular. Indicative of their name and some of our previous points, we have three major problems with how their app functions. First, they use a calculator as their cover, and as we mentioned, this is a flawed disguise. And frankly, it's near despicable how careless their cover is for an app whose entire purpose is to conceal messages. Second, if that wasn't already unfavorable, Calculator Pro Plus also has advertisements in an app tailored to not being suspicious. Why would Calculator app have advertisements in? And most importantly, the setup process for Calculator Pro Plus is very tedious, even involving installing a second app just to hide received SMS and MMS messages.
We will now walk you through Veilcabulary. Upon opening the app for the first time, the user will be redirected to the setup screen. Here, they are provided instructions on the usage and disguise of the app. Also, the user can choose the app's internal name and their passcode on this screen. Once the setup is complete, the user will be redirected to the Wordle portion of the app. This section plays as intended. The user can input a 5-character word into the first row, or receive colored feedback to how close they were to getting it correct. Using these same rows, the user can access the SMS portion of the app. To do this, they will need to input their 5-digit passcode into one of the rows. Upon completion, they'll be sent to the SMS screen. On the screen, the user can select a contact from their device's contact list. Upon doing so, they can begin messaging that individual. In the event that their user needs to quickly return to the disguise, they can tap the large terminate button at the bottom of the screen. Also, if the user ever needs to return to the setup screen again, they can tap the pink gear icon at the top right of the screen.
In the early development stages of Veilcabulary, we needed to find what resources worked the best to create the app we envisioned. Moreover, we needed to find methods to easily communicate with each other so we could develop our app collaboratively. We knew that some portions of Veilcabulary we would need to use external resources to get a section's intended functionality. For example, we used an open source word list as answers to the Wordle disguise.
Our initial UI development has been big. We chose this because of the ability for all team members to contribute to the design process. Notably, a decision that was made early on was that our color scheme would heavily include the color purple. This is because purple is the international color for domestic violence awareness.
Veilcabulary was programmed using MIT App Inventor and Android Studio, which we use for the more advanced parts of it. The code that you can see on the screen shows you how our Wordle game, the SMS messaging, drop detection, and Spanish translation work. Notably, the code that we've written is very small. It makes our app a total of around 5 megabytes, which allows it to fit on almost all phones, even if there is low storage. It can be downloaded quickly, even if you have poor connection. Additionally, our app is compatible with all Android versions from 5.0 and later, so even if you have an older phone, it will still work.
In the future, we wish to add much more to vocabulary in terms of communication. Things like MMS messaging, email, and even a web browser. Our goal is what we like to define as a complete communication ecosystem where all popular forms of digital communication are included. Another one of our goals is to include more languages to open our app to all walks of life. To ensure that vocabulary will not only help here, but rather worldwide.
We've begun to assist domestic violence victims get the help they need. However, now, we encourage you to please reach out to your friends and family if things don't seem right. Domestic violence isn't obvious, and it can show itself in many different ways. Let those close to you know that they can come to you for support, and hopefully, little by little, domestic violence will become a thing of the past. Thank you all.
Judges, what questions do you have?
Great job, really. My question would be around, obviously it's disguised, right? And you mentioned a little bit on the competitors, advertisement and promotion. How do you guys envision then spreading the word, but within the right parameters and getting this information to the people who need it?
We imagined that we would market the app on just Google Play Store, right? We would submit it and have it on there so people can search for it if they are in need of it. And yes, that is a big issue that we identified, that maybe perhaps users could find the app and they would be able to notice it, and maybe they see it on the victim's phone and they're like, why do you have this, right? So we decided that was a part of some of our future stuff, and also what we have right now is that the app we've made unrecognizable. So currently, the way we have the app is that it has a blank cover. It's supposed to look like it's either unintentionally installed, it's malware, or just in general, it's not supposed to. Just no need to worry about it, right? But what we plan to do in the future is to add dynamic app icons and app names through the Android manifest, so we can have the user dynamically switch how they want the app to look and also how its name will be.
I love the details of purple, so I saw that pink graph. Thank you for being thoughtful about that. We saw messages going out. Are messages coming in as well?
Yes, so messages, they come in. That's actually what goes on that word list. Could not show that here because this is in the emulator. But yes, images do, not images, messages do come in on that list. But sent stuff, we wanted, so sent messages, we didn't want that to be visible. So that does not show in there. It's only what is received. But the received messages are shown.
So we make in the setup process, it prompts you to make it the default messenger. So it will be using your SIM card to send messages directly as if it was a different messenger entirely.
And I would like to add on to that. Also, they're in MIT App Inventor, which the main reason why we chose it too is it also has its own SMS widget that they use, which goes through the phone's SMS manager. So like he touched on through the SIM card and everything, that was just a very basic function that we could implement into that.
Yeah, what was the most challenging aspect of the app design, and what do you think was using it? I know since this app is I'm sure there's a lot of consideration to kind of how to keep it more or less understandable. So I guess you can speak to the process that you guys put together.
Well, to speak on that, it was really hard because we're all from different grade levels, so we very our schedules vary differently. So text messages became our best friend, and Zoom also. It was just finding that right time for us to collaborate together because although we can have different sections, it's important for us to talk about the functions of the app together.
We have less than a minute. Any other questions? Well, thank you, Team Veilcabulary.